One of the biggest fears I have for 2025 is the Federal Reserve, is the Ponzi scheme banking system finagling and doing a lot of dirty tricks against Donald Trump, against the US dollar, against the best interest of America. Because if there ever was an opportune time to kind of go after the dollar, go after America financially, it would be under Donald Trump's presidency. And I think that's why this larger conversation about Bitcoin and other alternatives is so key and so important right now. But do you guys share that fear or no?
Well, I think that you'll see that manifest first when the Fed goes after crypto.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's going to be some effort to disrupt that marketplace even more, but I am encouraged by how resilient crypto has been. Like, I like an asset class that has actually suffered some dives and has shown rebound.
The resiliency of things like Bitcoin in particular is built into the blockchain, if I understand correctly, and that's a benefit for all people, like not just Americans, which, I mean, obviously I want to see America do better than any other country in the world, but it is a good thing that it's decentralized and that it's something that is outside the control of any one nation state.
The coin.
So you said something really scary in that they would tokenize the dollar.
Yeah.
That means every dollar is tracked, no matter what you do. They know what
By the way,
you're doing and
you don't
when
think
you're
that's
doing it.
happening to a pretty large extent now? You go withdraw $5,000 in cash from the bank, there's going to be a suspicious activity report, there's going to be a review of where those dollars moved, where they changed hands, where they were deposited. So you're already living in that world. I think it accelerates rapidly with a tokenized dollar.
I was wondering, in terms of the coins, you say some of them are resilient, like Bitcoin. All of my Hawktua coin holdings have not been resilient to market forces.
They have not?
There have been some others, the coin about flatulence and a few others.
You're a brave man to admit that you bought the Hawktua.
I will say my Dogecoin has improved markedly.
You know, the one that I did buy, I'm a terrible investor and I own very little crypto, but I did buy LGB coin. Not LGBT coin, but it was the Let's Go Brandon coin.
Oh, yeah.
I said, okay.
That got rebranded to Patriot token or something, I
Did
believe.
it? Do I get my money back? Because I don't know.
I might be wrong about that.
I don't know. That
check.
dropped to nothing. I did not become a trillionaire. So the real question I have, knowing nothing about crypto, is certain. I mean, Bitcoin.
That was the FJB token. The
FJB.
Yeah, sorry,
FJB.
I apologize. Continue.
I picked the wrong stock.
Yeah, my bad.
I picked the wrong penny stock. There does seem to be this issue of like pump and dumps just going on in all these meme coins. But it's funny. I sort of don't want to regulate it because it's funny to watch. But at a certain point, mustn't there be some regulation of these meme coins, of crypto outside of Bitcoin, a distinction between other crypto and Bitcoin? I don't know.
Does it harken back to the .com bubble, where like you would just see roses.com and you'd see some massive spike in valuation, and then there's actually no business behind it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we went through this exact cycle before in the 90s, and what happens is there's 3 or 4 winners that emerge out of the space that dominate the marketplace, and then you get the system you have now.
And a bunch of desperate people are buying, they're putting their life savings into the next meme coin. Like, meme coin is a new phrase, if you've heard that, where people are like, I'm all in on this new meme coin. Whatever there are. Shiba Inu token was one. Doge was a meme coin.
Wait, hold on. If somebody's putting their life savings into the meme coin, is that like a certain feature of economic Darwinism that we're willing to tolerate? Because I've got a pretty strong stomach for that these days.
Now, maybe I'm a little more authoritarian. I feel like there is a role in government to protect people from themselves once in a while.
Disavow.
Once in a while. Like, you don't want them to eat addictive poisons,
Never.
Ideally, because that can toxify your system. You don't want them dumping wastes into the river.
Well, you're not protecting people from themselves then. You're protecting people from other people.
Yes.
If you're protecting people from themselves, that's a totally different topic.
But how, like,
I want to be protected from the government.
Someone that harms himself might end up more likely to harm someone else, for instance.
You
so you kind of want to nip it in the bud.
The way I know Ian's right about this, I hate that I have to be 100% on Ian's side here, but I think, look, I'm not saying I'm a Rhodes Scholar. I'm not a Rhodes Scholar. I don't have an advanced degree, but I read some books. I know some things, okay? And if there were no financial regulation, if I were left to invest to my own devices, I would be broke and destitute and naked in the street.
And we might be a better
too creative
place
for that.
is my argument.
Don't fib. You're far too creative. I've watched your show. You're a funny guy. You wouldn't be.
Stop
you
it.
wouldn't.
Come on, get out of here.
There's a sliding scale of how much protection do we give? How much does the government step in to intervene in people's lives because they're not smart enough? Bloomberg had that speech he gave on stage where he said we should tax the poor because they don't know what they need, so we're going to take their money from them and buy what they actually need.
Look, the actual failure in markets is an integral part of markets. The big part of the problem that we see with government bailouts is there's no failure. I mean, we have a phrase for it, too big to fail with banks and stuff.
Yeah.
Failure is important. It's an important piece of information that you get from markets. And so to take away that failure by whatever means, whether it be government fiat or whatever, that's a terrible idea.
And responsibility and accountability. I mean,
failure teaches people that they did something wrong.
The only difference between the mafia and the government is that the mafia actually turns a profit. The U.S. government doesn't turn a profit.
And they only take 10%.
And they're in the business of screwing you over, taking away your freedom, robbing you of your wealth, and robbing you of any potential free liberty that you are entitled to by God-given rights. And I want those God-given rights, and I don't want a government telling me what I can and cannot do.
Let me ask you this then. With there we go. With like CBDC fears or tokenized dollars, do we think the prices are coming down next year?
Yeah.
Are they going to? There's a fear that Luke mentions the Fed's going to screw with Donald Trump. They can change interest rates. It's going to affect the economy for regular people.
I think prices go up. And I think prices go up in part because if Trump follows through on the tariffs, they have to go up a little bit in certain sectors. I'm for it, by the way. I think it's actually a mature, responsible, good, effective strategy to threaten the tariffs and everything. But it's like my wife was asking us, so Mac, now that Trump got elected, are the prices finally coming down again? It's like 30%, 3.5 years, whatever. And I was like, the prices never come down. The price, it just stops being quite as bad. But I don't know. I'm not quite as hopeful.
Butter came down. It was $7.
Yeah.
And it was, it shockingly was. And then I went to the grocery store and it went down to $6.
Yeah, the eggs leveled out a little bit. Yeah.
Not that I'm an economist, but it's my sense that the prices will stay around where they are and wages will kind of rise to meet them. That's the kind of the way that inflation has been dealt with, historically. The wages rise to kind of equalize it. And that's the problem with inflation is a leader and wages are a laggard,
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.